Alright, so this is going to be a reading for Virgo. And for the Virgo that I'm speaking to today, you could be really focused on your finances and your financial wellness. And I'm seeing that everything's actually going to balance out, everything's going to be okay. But you are extremely anxious about every possible thing that could go wrong, or it not working out, or what if this happens, what if that happens. And it's almost like you're consumed by this very overwhelmed energy that comes through as sort of a blockage in your energy. The oracle cards for today are Nothingness, the Miser, and Transformation. And the Miser is about a person who hoards wealth and spends as little money as possible. So it's an energy of the embodiment of a lack mindset. So someone who holds on to everything that they have, from a place of fear, from a place of, if I don't hold on, I'm going to lose it, I'm not going to be okay, etc., etc. And with the Nothingness Oracle card, that really speaks very literally to the idea of having nothing, or like, what if I don't have anything? And so I have to kind of hold on to whatever it is that I do have. And Spirit's asking you with the Transformation card to transform that energy, to transform that lack mindset, to move into something else, and to kind of take note of what energy you're creating in your own life. Now, I'm going to dive deeper into the tarot in a second, but before I do, I just want to say thank you so much for being here, Virgo. I'm really glad you're here to receive the reading. And if you'd like a personal reading, I do offer personal readings, and you can email me down below in the description box. I have options starting at $30. And if you would like to contribute your energy more so that I can manifest messages that resonate more for you, you can like and subscribe. But let's get into it, Virgo. So in the recent past, I see you kind of waiting to feel financially stable, waiting to feel totally secure, to feel like I got this, I have more than enough. But it's also a need to feel like really confident, and not just to have the money, but to feel it and to embody it. And I see you kind of maybe realizing that you don't feel that way, or something like that. For others of you, you could have felt like that for a long time, and then that kind of ended. So there was like a period of financial wellness, a period of security, of being provided for, of having everything that you needed. And then that kind of ended, and it began this sort of lack mindset moment for you. Let's take a look at the recent past. So yeah, I'm actually seeing that for many of you, you were feeling really secure, you were feeling really confident, you were feeling really strong. There's this feeling of, I make the right choices in my life, I'm really happy. Maybe you had connections around you that felt really supportive. And so you kind of felt like, yeah, I'm situated. I have what I need here, and everything is great. You could have felt like, it's taken some time, but I am moving on from any financial hardship. I am moving on from anything that I went through that was really difficult, and it's taken some time, but I'm moving through it. And that could have even led to some confidence for you of like, I'm on the right path. You could have been working really hard for a long period of time, and so you're showing me like a certain level of openness of like, I got this, I'm open to whatever comes. And your energy was really open because you felt kind of stable. But then I'm seeing here with the Death card that something came to an end. And this could have been a job, it could have been a connection, it could have been really anything that was a part of that kind of flow that you were in. For many of you, I'm seeing it was like a literal career that kind of had to come to a close for some reason. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, there was a source of income, stability, resources that you were receiving that came to an end, and it looks like it was pretty painful for you. Like, it may not have been something that you wanted to end, but it had to, or maybe the job itself was so difficult or causing you so much pain that it's like it had to kind of come to a close. And it's funny because I don't actually see that your income completely ended or that your stability completely ended. There's still support kind of in your life, but I'm seeing that you have less of it. And it's not actually that you don't have everything that you need. It's more just that this experience of whatever this was coming to a close could have been really activating for you, could have been really triggering, and kind of led you to feel really, really scared and to feel like you have to hold on. Because the center of your reading today, like dead center in all the cards, is the Four of Pentacles, which is that lack mindset, that feeling of I only have four pentacles, I don't have 8 or 9 or 10 pentacles, I have four, and that's not very much. And they're holding on with their hands, their feet, and their head to everything they have, and they're like, that is my priority. It's a very guarded energy as well, because this person is, kind of in fear of, losing whatever they have, and it's difficult. You could have had to make the conscious choice to walk away from a job for many of you, and this could be for a variety of reasons, for health, for well-being, life changes, partnership changes, job changes. It comes through as a decision that you kind of had to make for your well-being. And if it wasn't a job, it was something in your foundation that gave you that sense of support. So maybe that was a family structure with shared income, something like that. For others of you, it was like a divorce, a partnership where you shared finances, something like that. And you kind of realized, like, for whatever reason, I have to walk away. And I see you really like moving on and really being open to whatever change came next, but at the same time being like very scared, very freaked out, being like, holy shit, like, what am I gonna do now? And I see you kind of throwing caution to the wind, but because you have to, because you're like, I know I have to make this change is coming in, and so I'm just going to go with it because I have to. So in a way, it's good because I see you accepting the energies, but in another way, like, I do still see a lot of fear for you that kind of holds your energy back. And there's this feeling of not just the monetary support ending, but possibly social support as well. For many of you, if you are leaving a job, there could be this feeling of like, I'm also just not seeing my coworkers as often, or, if you work with your friends, I'm not seeing my friends as often. There's this decision to kind of end a certain dynamic there, and you're definitely sort of feeling that, and that could even be why you kind of stepped away from this, was because there were like workplace connections that were not working out. Like maybe you didn't feel supported by your coworkers, or there was some type of conflict in a friend group or something like that. And so I see you deciding, like, pretty consciously, like, okay, I have to kind of bring that down to the ground. And it's such a strong feeling here with the Ace of Wands, which is like, honestly, it can be a feeling of being triggered or activated. It's that moment of spark. And sometimes it's a spark of happiness, but sometimes it's a spark of anger. Sometimes it's a spark of recognition, but something sparked within you and you kind of realized all of a sudden, like, okay, like, I have to bring this to an end. And as you bring that to an end, I also see you really consciously like moving towards connecting with other people who do resonate more with you and kind of moving in that direction. If that hasn't shown up in your life yet, you're going to see it in the future. You're going to see a much more supportive energy around you, kind of emotionally. And I'm seeing that it definitely makes it worth it. And it's kind of a brave choice because you're showing me I need to move towards supportive energies, even if it means maybe like less finances or less money on the upfront. Overall, I think your emotional health is going to be better because you're going to feel more passionate about connecting with other people and more open to connecting with other people, which maybe this past situation was kind of taking away from for you. I see you kind of taking control of your life, honestly. Like, I see you not only tearing down an existing structure, but starting to be like, okay, what choices do I need to make to build up a structure again? And you're kind of showing me I built up a structure in the past. Like, I built something for myself. Maybe that was a community, maybe that was a career, and you're like, I can build it up again. And so I really like that confidence for you, Virgo, because it shows that you don't have to be so scared, you don't have to be so anxious. And if you are anxious about, job security in the future, I want you to know that you're going to be okay, and not just be okay, but you're going to be able to build again. And whatever you build, it's actually going to be better for you because it's going to be more supportive of your energy. And it's going to come from a renewed sense of empowerment. Whatever it was that you experienced, it may have begun from an empowering place, but it kind of ended in a place that didn't feel empowering, that didn't nourish you, that didn't lend to your strengths, and that didn't make you feel good on some level. And I'm seeing you kind of deciding in the future, when you've healed and you've rested and you've balanced, that you're going to build something new. And so, actually, while this may be a scary process for you, and in this current moment it feels destabilizing, I think the Justice card is here in the overall energy because it actually is a process of rebirth and rebalance and restabilization that's going to ultimately make you feel even stronger and even more balanced in the end. So, if you feel unbalanced right now, just know that it's temporary and that you're going to kind of be reconnected to your strength in the past. Yeah, I see you moving towards a lot of love. For many of you, you may ground in your home space more during this time. You may create a home space with someone else or other people. You may move and find a better home. There's like some sense of abundance in your community and in your home space that comes through as really comforting for you and really validating. Like, I see you being like, okay, I made the right decision, I moved forward, and I see you having so much love and support that even if you do struggle financially, there's going to be energies there to back you up and to support you even if it gets difficult or even if it gets confusing. Remember that you have people along your path, and there are more people who you don't even know yet who are coming along in the future who are going to be there to support you. Yeah, it's almost like as soon as you look for help, it's going to be by your side. And it's something that I see you manifesting with this energy of healing. And so if you find yourself kind of in this in-between space of like not having a job or not having a community or not having a friend group, that kind of thing, you taking the time to kind of center your energy before you move forward is really going to help you manifest really healing connections that feel empowering in the sense that you're going to want to create more. Maybe you're going to be surrounded by people who are really creative, but it's also just going to be like friendships that come from your energy and from the hardiness and the wholeness of your energy, and therefore the connections that are coming in, they could be soul connections or they could just be connections that really resonate for you. And so it's kind of important that you remain conscious of the way that you're blocking that from coming in by like rushing the process, because I do see this as being inevitable. Like, I see this as being a part of your divine path with the Wheel of Fortune coming out a few times. Like, this is all kind of meant to happen, and you're kind of just in that deconstruction phase before you enter the construction phase. And so if you're currently sort of struggling with the energies at play, because I do see a lot of anxiety and overwhelm for you, a lot of stress, Spirit's asking you to release that and to balance out your energy so that you can step consciously into the construction of a new reality. Now, let's get 3 cards of advice from Spirit before we close out the reading. 3 cards of advice for Virgo. Whatever had to end, let it end. Whatever hurts, let it hurt. Feel through it. Connect with the people that you need to connect with, and move forward. So that's what I have for you, Virgo. I hope this helps. I hope this resonates, and I'll see you next time.